Lesson 51, finding the end time with a 24-hour clock. And these are AM to PM problems. Here's part 1. Convert from a 24-hour clock to a 12-hour clock. And remember to use AM and PM appropriately. Let's do one example, box A. Here we have 1328, and just think 13 equals 12 plus 1. So using a 12-hour clock, this would be 1:28 p.m. Here's part 2. Find the missing numbers. We'll use box E as our example. 60 plus blank equals 75, and we know that 60 plus 15 equals 75. Here's part 3. Find the end time by adding using the standard algorithm. Write your final answers using a 12-hour clock, use AM and PM appropriately, and regroup minutes back into hours as needed. Look at the example. The start time is 9:55 a.m. The elapsed time is 5 hours and 9 minutes. Here's 9:55 a.m. plus 5 hours and 9 minutes. And notice that we ended up with a time of 14:64. That's the correct time using a 24-hour clock, but let's convert it back to a 12-hour clock. Look at 14 hours and take away 12 hours so that we can convert it back to a 12-hour clock. 14 minus 12 equals 2, so our time on a 12-hour clock is 2:64 p.m. We have one more step to go. Notice that 64 minutes is greater than 60 minutes. So let's break this up into 60 plus 4. This is the same as 1 hour and 4 minutes. So instead of writing 2:64 p.m., we're going to write 3:04 p.m. Let's try problem I together. The start time is 10:24 a.m. The elapsed time is 3 hours and 4 minutes. So here is 10:24 a.m. and we're going to add 3 hours and 4 minutes. Let's add them together. And our time is 13:28. That's the correct time on a 24-hour clock, so let's convert it to a 12-hour clock instead. Look at 13 hours. Take away 12 hours so that we can convert it to a 12-hour clock. 13 minus 12 equals 1, so our time is 1:28 p.m.